We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's the home opener of this new season between the Chicago White Sox and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next.
Up, number 7.
Tim Anderson is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0. Harold, you look at this Dodgers team as they enter play here tonight. They begin this series feeling pretty good about the way things have gone as they come in riding a 4-game winning streak.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix the pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
And that pitch catches the inside corner. 3-2 now.
Now, that's that old-school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
And he lays off ball 4. That's exactly what you want your leadoff man to do, work the count and get on base.
Number 23.
First offering on its way. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Look over by Kazmir. Now the pitch. 1-1.
Well, he's definitely a ground ball pitcher. He's trying to get guys to swing the bat, put the ball on the ground. So what you got to do as a hitter, make him get it up. So now you can drive the ball instead of hit one into the dirt. Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you can get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Grounded to short. To his right, Seager. And a rather easy first out. Digging in, Max Kepler, trying to pick up that first run in this one. Leadoff man at third with 1 away. Here comes the first pitch. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. And the runner will stay put, but the count moves to 2-0. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he finds a way to focus on the baseball there as he has it for a big out number 2. Into the box now, Chris Davis. And it's been a great season for him so far with the bat in his hands. He's got the average up over 340 here entering play. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Matt, I thought they were working around him right here, and he went out and swung at a ball that wasn't even in the zone. So now he's letting his pride get in the way. If they're going to walk you, let them walk you.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Cut fastball misses. 2-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Swing and a miss, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him. 1-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Digging in, A.J. Pollock. He's got that average way up into the 330s to begin the day. In there for strike 1, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Pierce is over now, and he's got it for route number 2. Digging in now, Paul Goldschmidt. The average just a few ticks shy of 300 for the season, so perhaps a hit or two in this one could put him up over the top. And that's by him. It's 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. Fly ball out to straightaway right field. Davis has a beat on it, and that retires the side. Now to the plate, Chris Davis. He'll start things out against Scott Kazmir as we get the inning underway.
Davis.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. High pop up. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for route number 1. Here's Steve Pierce now.
First baseman, Steve Pierce.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. And that's inside and a bit low anyways. It's 2-0.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
Let it rip that time. 3-0, but the fastball's by him. 3-1.
Well, that was unexpected. You're looking for that sinker down. He throws a fastball up. Now he's just changed the game on you. He's forcing you to look somewhere else.
Batting 7.
Now batting, Todd Frazier. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Well, I like that, taking that strike right there. Look, he's already walked a couple guys early. He's not throwing the ball consistently in the zone. You have to be patient and make him work.
Hit hard on the ground at first. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Batting 8.
Standing in, Jared Saltalamacchia. First at bat for him in this one, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark for the year. Late that time for a strike. Comes set and the 0-1. Swing and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out. Stepping up now, Miguel Gonzalez. 2s all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2. Popped high in the air. Goldschmidt is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Here's Corey Seager. He comes in hitting in the 370s for the season. Clearly always a threat with the bat.
Corey Seager.
Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
Tried to throw the fastball by him, but it's high. 1-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Heading after it is Kepler, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. Stepping in, Justin Turner. On the season, he's hitting a very productive .320. And they'll start things out with a changeup here, but this is a bit too tight. It's ball 1. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but a foul ball. 1-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Kepler's on his horse. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. Here comes the first pitch. A changeup floats outside here for ball one. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Frazier in foul ground. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. Here it comes. Now a fastball to start the third. That misses. It's ball one. Pitch on the way. Just missing here, 2-0.
Well, they walked him the first AB, and clearly he's already got 2 balls now. They're not challenging him, but as a hitter, it's very difficult to stay patient. But you have to. This is where you got to be patient and get your pitch.
Oh, and no time to get him at first, not with his speed, and that'll go down as an infield single.
Now batting.
Digging in for his second at-bat, number 23. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. A slider that he looks at over the outside corner. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Don't want to forget about him. And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him. Working for the punch out and the offering. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball one. The 1-2 pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. He's set, and the 2-2 pitch. And there he goes towards second. Pitch inside. The throw, not in time. He's in there at second. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this is going to dunk in out there, a base hit. And they'll get it in quickly. It's first and third now with nobody out. Max Kepler the next to grab a bat. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Max Kepler.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. Here comes the 1-0. Now it's 2-0.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
3-0 now. He's set. Here's the 3-0. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
Well, he made a nice adjustment. That was a nice pitch right there, 3-0. Now puts the count 3-1. That was the same pitch he threw 2-0 and missed on it and got the ball called.
Runners are at first and third with none out. And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball. Ready for another chance? Chris Davis. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Now this pitch is popped up. Playable for Grandal behind the plate. And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first out.
Now
here's Chris Davis now. He popped out in his first trip. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Just a tick behind for a strike.
That was an interesting pitch, Matt. Look, we're in a double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that hard sinker, get that ground ball, maybe get a double play. But he didn't throw it. He just threw a fastball. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he got it in there for a strike.
And this one will be foul back in among the fans. Third inning, no score to this point. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And this is swung on and missed. Oh, a huge punch out there as the bases remain loaded with 2 away now.
First baseman, Steve Pierce.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Back goes Pollock. Still ranging back. Gone! It's a grand slam. So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And standing in a power threat in Todd Frazier, the third baseman. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Oh, that was a nice pitch. A changeup first pitch. Hitter was aggressive. Swung right through it. That's how you get that first pitch strike, by throwing a changeup if you have an aggressive hitter.
A fastball that just misses inside. Skied into straightaway right. Puig's got a read on it. And that's the third out. At the plate, Yasiel Puig. And they've got some work to do early on. Down 4-0 already. Into the windup and the pitch. Back up the middle. That's a hit, the first in this game for the Dodgers. Set to get his evening at the plate started, Jose Peraza. And it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch on the way. A changeup over the inside corner. A runner at first with no outs here. A line shot to third base. And it got there so quickly the runner didn't get very far from the bag. They settle with just the 1 out. The pitcher, Scott Kazmir, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation. So let's see if that is indeed on right here. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1. Ready with the 0-1. And he pumps the fastball by him at 94. It's 0-2. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. And he'll manage to fight this one foul over near the left-hand side, and that'll keep the count steady at 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
You know, that almost works like a pitch out there. Maybe you get the guy to chase out of the zone, but at the very least, it gives the catcher something good to throw if the man on first is on the move.
Striding in once again, Andrew Benintendi. He went down swinging to start the home first. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that is through into center field. A base hit. And the run is in from second as they're on the board for the first time. 4-1 now. Digging in to try it again. A.J. Pollock trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Well, he's really peppering the zone right there, going up in the zone. I wonder if he stays there the whole time. Usually you'll see that with 2 strikes, not with no strikes. He's falling behind right now after that swing right there. Now he's 0-2. And 0-2, choke up a little.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Catcher Jared Saltalamacchia is in now. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th. Some action in the Dodger bullpen now as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
Been a real big struggle for him so far on the mound. 4 runs and only 3 innings, so it'll be interesting to see if he can settle in at all and make some adjustments, or if this start will continue to run downhill. You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those 2 pitches weren't even close. Ball's behind in the count, 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. Slapped hard the opposite way. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard. He's around first, heading for two. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double. So striding forward now, Miguel Gonzalez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And he doesn't want him to get off to a big lead out there at second, so he steps off to look him back. From the stretch. And a neck-high fastball that time. For Saltalamacchia, he's at second with his 9th two-base hit of the year. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. Pedro Baez answers the call from the pen here in the fourth, as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a liner. Foul.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or you're still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are. If you're a power pitcher, you can go ahead and ride a fastball up in the zone. But if you're a guy that induces a lot of ground balls with a sinker, I think you have to stick with that plan.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Number 23 is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. And this one's too far inside, ball 2.
Well, both of those balls have been inside, so if I'm hitting, I'm looking for something I can get my arms extended on. Probably won't come back inside for a third time.
There's one. On to Goldschmidt, but too late, as they'll just get the 1. Digging in once again, Max Kepler comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. And now a stoppage here as a balk has been called. And that could wind up being a costly one, as it'll move that base runner into scoring position now with 2 away. Now the 0-2 pitch. Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1 and 2.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you can do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here.
Oh, he's looking pretty good right now. Look, that was a nice swing, following the changeup. He just couldn't put it in play.
Turner has room in foul territory, and that's the 3rd out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Paul Goldschmidt. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Kepler's on the move. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. At the plate, Corey Seager. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Corey Seager.
Now a first pitch changeup here. Too far inside. It's 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Called strike over the outside part of the plate. Hit down the line at first, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. This is line to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So coming to the plate, Justin Turner. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. High in the air out towards shallow right. Davis over to his left. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Yasmani Grandal.
Here comes the first pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Kepler's there for it. And that ends the inning. Here's Chris Davis now. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
The right fielder, number 20, Chris Davis.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Here's Chris Davis now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Davis.
Now the Dodgers get a right-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Mike Minor takes the ball here as he'll enter with a runner at first and nobody out.
Mike Minor.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit hard on the ground towards second. He's right there. Now he'll fake a throw to second and look to first instead. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
Steve Pierce.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Out of here and by a long ways. A monstrous 3-run home run.
Up next for the White Sox.
Ready for another shot now. Todd Frazier. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Knuckle curve breaks outside for ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And a foul pop behind the plate. And he'll lunge forward to make the catch for the first out. Ready once again, Jared Saltalamacchia. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. High in the air out to center field. On the move is Pollock. And he makes the catch for the second out. Digging in and looking for more, Miguel Gonzalez. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. 3 runs already home here. Looped out towards short. And this will be pulled in easily for the final out of the inning. Stepping up to the plate, Yasiel Puig. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th.
Right fielder,
First pitch on its way. Swing and a little blooper to center. In comes Kepler. It's in there, though, a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the 5th. And here's Jose Peraza. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Second baseman, Jose Peraza.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Now in the box, Mike Minor. First at bat of the game for him here in the fifth, as he was a late entrant into this one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike. Here's the 0-1. Chopped weakly to the left. And indeed, no look at second. He'll go straight to first and take the Shure out. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. The runner scores from second, and he will pull into second with an RBI double. Stepping into the box, A.J. Pollock. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. 50th pitch of the game on its way. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And to score, the runner from second. And he's going to make it easily. It's a stand-up triple. In now, Paul Goldschmidt. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Swings through the slider there. 3 runs, 6 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. And that's a called strike at the letters. Though that looked high from here, it's 0-2 now. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Pierce is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Tim Anderson. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Line shot to first, and there's 1 away. Ready for another shot now. Number 23, batting from the right side with the southpaw on the mound. Into the windup and the pitch. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway. The 0-1 on its way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Puig's got a read on it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Digging in to try it again, Max Kepler. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a liner. But this is going to get foul. 8 runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
That's a pitch you can't miss right there. A changeup right in your wheelhouse.
Minor ready with a 1-2. Another one sent foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
And you know what? Give this guy some credit up there, because this had the look of being a very quick inning. He's been able to stretch this at bat out a little bit, and that's something that shouldn't go unnoticed.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. This one's flared out toward left. Benintendi is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Here's Corey Seager. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
The shortstop, Corey Seager.
Hit hard up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game. So the Dodgers get their leadoff hitter on base to kick off the inning.
Now batting.
Ready once again, Justin Turner. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Well, with the leadoff man getting on right there, Matt, they are falling so far behind. They have to capitalize. They have to get some runs to get back in this thing.
And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Davis looking up. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. In now is Yasiel Puig. 2 base hits, both singles to this point. Zach Putnam will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Number 57, Zach.
And some stirring now in the White Sox bullpen as it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing. Swung right over the splitter there, 0-1.
That's exactly what you don't want to do first pitch. If you're going to swing first pitch, you want to drive it. You can't take an ugly, bad swing on the first pitch when you know what you're looking for. You got to be more patient because you're going to get more pitches.
Davis is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. A 1 pitch on its way. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Swung underneath that pitch, so he was either trying to elevate.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Back here at Dodger Stadium. White Sox on top in this one, but before we get out to the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary through the first 6. Striding in once again, Chris Davis. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. Here's Chris Davis now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. Throw gets him, so they are able to get an out on an unusual play. And hopefully the pitcher's okay. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Steve Pearce. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats so far and looking to add to that here. Now a changeup to start him out, but that's looked at down and in for ball 1. Line drive to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Here's Todd Frazier now. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. And here's his fastball for a called strike 1, and he's hitting an even 90 on the gun. And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away. The catcher, Jared Saltalamacchia, is in now. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And now a stoppage here as a balk has been called. And that could wind up being a costly one as it'll move that base runner into scoring position now with 2 away. And that misses ball 1. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. On the move is Puig. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning.
The traditional 7th inning stretch.
Ready for another chance? Mike Minor comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Mike Minor.
Belanger is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the 7th. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. And he is out on the tag. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Hit out towards second. Oh, what a dive. He's up with it. The throw. Touché, sir. Digging in and looking for more. A.J. Pollock, tripled homer run last time through, so we'll see what he's got in store here. Here comes the first pitch. Drilled to the left side. And that's in for a base hit. He's 2 for 4 now. So with 2 away, Paul Goldschmidt gets a chance following the base hit. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. And he's 0 for in this one, batting out of the 3 spot. First pitch coming. Here it is. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. Way late, and he's in there easily at second. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And the runner's breaking for third. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Runner breaks for third. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Kenley Jansen will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season.
Kenley Jansen.
Stepping into the box, Zach Putnam, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Lucas Duda is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
The batter, number
and
7.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. He hit the corner and tries for third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Now
digging in once again, number 23. He'll hit from the left side of the plate in this matchup. Brad Miller will grab a bat and pinch hit now, and he'll be looking for at least a fly ball as he's got a runner at third and only 1 away. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. And no advance. It's ball 1. 1-0 count. Here it is. And that sinking fastball didn't sink. It stayed high. Here he comes on 2-0. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And he will get in to score, and it's a run batted in on the sacrifice fly. Max Kepler the next to grab a bat. Bases empty and 2 gone following the sacrifice fly. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Benintendi is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Number 76 is on, and he'll take over on the mound in relief.
Number 76, a defensive change for the White Sox. Now playing second base.
So digging in now, Corey Seager is looking for hit number 3 here in in this at-bat. Little late on this one as it's lifted the other way down the left field line. Here comes Davis, one away. In now, Justin Turner. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Here comes the first pitch. At third, here's Frazier. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw in the dirt, but a good job of staying with it that time as he's retired.
The catcher, number 9.
Standing in, Yasmani Grandal. Only 4 outs remaining for them to try and rally back in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Down the first baseline. On to first with it is Pierce, and that'll be the inning. Here's Chris Davis now. He went deep earlier, and he's 2 for 4 to this point.
The right fielder, number 20, Chris
Here's
Davis.
the first pitch to him. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Little too anxious there. 1-1. Fouled back. The pitch. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Here he comes again, 1-2. Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. On the move is Puig. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
Left fielder.
Digging in, Chris Davis. 0 for 4 with a strikeout thus far. And he pours this one in at the letters, 0-1.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
There to make the play is Puig for route number 2. Here's Steve Pierce now. Already a pair of long balls on his line in this one, so we'll see what else he has in store here. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. The flip to the pitcher covering as that will retire the side. Standing in, Yasiel Puig.
Leading
He's
up
2 for
the
3
bottom of
thus
the ninth
far.
inning for the Dodgers. Right fielder.
First
Yasiel
pitch on its way.
Puig.
And a fastball just a bit up. Ready with the 1-0. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner.
That was a good 2-0 slider right there. Now you're still sitting 2-1. I continue to look for that fastball, but that was a nice slider right there.
So he'll add 1 to his total as that falls in. He's got 3 hits in this one. So it's a leadoff single that kicks off their half of the ninth.
14, second
And
baseman,
here's Jose Peraza. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Andre Ethier will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody
number
out.
16, Andre Ethier.
And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Well, this is kind of the life of a pinch hitter. You maybe get 1 at bat a game, and it usually comes against a relief pitcher that's absolutely throwing bullets at you.
Pitches away, but it's swung on and grounded to second. Throw on to first in time, 1 away. Digging in now, Kenley Jansen. And with a runner already in scoring position and 1 away, he is likely not to be bunting here. Logan Forsythe will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 13, Logan Forsythe.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Runner at second here with one man out. This is flared right back over the mound. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. Into the box, Andrew Benintendi. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. Anderson takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out. At the plate, A.J. Pollard. He comes in with a couple of hits, including a triple in 4 at-bats. First pitch on its way. Swing and a little tapper. Foul ball, however, strike one. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Here it comes on 1-1. This one's flared toward left center. Kepler ranging forward. And he tracks it down. And this ball game is over. Well, the man you see right there had a game to be proud of. He really came through when it mattered, and he's our top player of the game.
Well, he blasted a couple of balls over the wall in this one, really put the guys on his back, and carried him to the victory.